With every new year comes new resolutions, opportunities to better yourself with exercise, diet, self-care, and in the case of a lot of creatives, resolutions that help their art. In this video, I want to go over 5 New Year's resolutions that I would offer to any artist regardless of what skill level you're at or what kind of art you make. Before we start, make sure to like this video and leave a comment with another resolution you would add to the list, and subscribe to know when I upload another video. Okay, here we go. Number 1, try a different art. I'm a firm believer that the more perspectives you can see something from, the more whole your interpretation is going to be. One of the reasons I like learning so many different instruments is because it gives me a deeper understanding of how music works and how to write it. So learn a new instrument. If you're a digital artist, make something using traditional materials, and vice versa. The goal isn't to master a new style, but gain a new perspective that will make your art more full. Number 2, focus on your weaknesses. It can be uncomfortable to analyze the things you're not good at, but it's a big part of the growing process. Make a list of things you want to improve this year and knock them out one at a time. Do you want to be better at sight reading or sticking to a writing schedule? Write it down and come up with a plan of how you're going to stay committed in accomplishing those goals. This year, one of my biggest resolutions is to get better at transcribing or learning music by ear. So I made a list of songs I know I wouldn't mind listening to on repeat, listed them in order of difficulty, and started transcribing. Refusing to focus on weak areas just makes your art weaker overall. So by setting aside time to work on those weak areas, you'll see an overall improvement with everything you make. Number 3, remind yourself of why you are an artist. There will always be times where you think, I'm not good enough, or I should quit. If I could just play like these people, or act like this person. But it's really important to understand that everybody is on their own unique path. There's no one way to become an artist. Whenever I get those feelings, I try to think back to why I'm making art in the first place. Why do you want to paint or do stand-up or whatever? A lot of the time, having a thought-out why to your goal takes a lot of the pressure off of you thinking you need to be the best in order to achieve it. My why, as of this video, is to get people to think about their beliefs and connect with other people. If you have a why that is more self-centered, that's not a bad thing. But try to establish exactly what the goal is. To be happy? Great. Why does doing what you do make you happy? To make money? Maybe try a different career path. I'm kidding, sort of. Number 4, find a friend or friends who do what you do. This one is much easier said than done. I went to school for music, and one of the things I liked best about my experience was being surrounded by people who gave as much of themselves up to the art as I did. I don't think I'll ever be in that kind of situation again, but people who share your passion are out there, and a lot of the times they're closer than you realize. Join Facebook groups and forums, go to gigs, meet your neighbors. There's a person who lives in my apartment complex who plays the flute, and I've never talked to them. I need to change that. Having a network of people who can ignite your passion is one of the best ways to avoid burnout and keep invested in the art you make. Also, if you're an actor, director, or anybody who wants to work in TV, film, or theater, you need a pool of people you can pull from to make anything. So make friends. Number 5, don't do your thing sometimes. Another great way to avoid burnout is to take a break from the things you love to do. Not quit entirely, but stepping back to give yourself some time to rest and recover from your projects. This will make you a lot less likely to quit in the long run, and keep you in a good space when you do work on things. Everyone has heard stories of people that have worked way too hard, usually during class when your school's expecting a full commitment on top of any jobs you have, on top of any personal projects you're working on. And eventually they stop playing or acting or writing or whatever they did. If the artist as a career life wasn't for that person, that's okay. But no longer finding any joy in what you loved is a bummer. I also think a little too much pressure is put on grind culture and the idea of you have to be constantly working in order to achieve success. Above all else, you want to feel personally fulfilled in what you're doing. And there is no shame in taking breaks, however long, from the things you love. It's like cake. A slice every now and again is great, but every meal? No thanks. Bonus resolution. Make your art yours. This may seem a little obvious, but I've been thinking about it a lot lately. Through college, I spent a lot of time studying the great composers and looking up what they did and how they did it so I could use it in my own work. And while I did learn a lot, my best work has always been things I used organically as my own ideas. Now, I'm not saying that I'm better than Bach or Mozart, and I'm not saying I have original ideas, because everything's already been done. But I am saying that you shouldn't care too much about making your stuff look or sound like other people's stuff. Their stuff is their stuff, and your stuff is your stuff. The world doesn't need another Picasso or Beethoven or Rick Riordan. Sorry, I'm reading Percy Jackson right now. Would recommend. But the world does need the first you. Alright, that sounds a little corny, but it's true. And those are my resolutions for any artist going into 2022. If you have another resolution that you want to share, put it in the comments below and tell me what you're working on. Writing a book, making an album, let me know. Make sure to like this video so more creative people can see it, and subscribe to know when my next video comes out. Thanks for watching.